Hello everyone, this is Magical Witch and I am here to show you guys another spell that you guys can do at home. This is a cry and beg for forgiveness, come back to me spell. So this is to make a person repent for what they've done to you, but at the same time, bring them back to you. Begging, asking for forgiveness for everything they've done to you. Very simple, very, very effective, okay? For this spell, you have to work it for 4 nights, okay? Doing this spell, you have to do it. It doesn't matter what moon cycle, waxing moon, waning moon. It doesn't matter what moon cycle it is. If you need to do it, you do it, okay? This is to make a person, like I said, come back to you, begging you for forgiveness for everything they did to you, okay? What you're going to need for this spell is a half of an onion. The onion doesn't matter. It could be a purple onion, a white onion, a yellow onion, but it has to be an onion, okay? Half of a onion, okay? And you take off the skin off of it, okay? And it will look something like this, all right? And you cut it like this, okay? All right. You're going to need, very important, very, very important. You're going to need the photograph. If you don't have the picture of the target you're doing this spell to, then don't do the spell. This is not the spell for you. You need to get their picture you need to get the picture, and you need to know their whole name, their full name, and their date of birth. If you don't have that, don't do this spell. It's not going to work out for you. But if you do it, okay? Full name, date of birth you're going to need, and the target's picture. You're going to need a red ribbon. You're going to need a black bag. And you're going to need gloves. You cannot... Once you start doing this spell, you cannot touch the onion. You cannot touch nothing. So when you're cutting, okay, so for an example, the first thing you're going to do if you're going to cast this spell, the first thing is putting on your gloves, okay? Put your gloves on. All right. Put your gloves on. Then you take your onion and you cut your onion, okay? You peel it off. That looks like this, okay? Don't touch the onion at all, okay? Behind the target's picture, you're going to write their full name and their date of birth. So I made a girl here. Let's put Jane Doe. Jane Doe, birthday January 6th, 1997, like so, okay? Behind their picture, behind, okay? Now, you are going to place their face like so. The name has to look up. The picture face down on the onion. Okay, and you're going to take your ribbon, piece of your red ribbon, and you're going to speak your intentions. Jane Doe, you will cry and beg me for forgiveness. You will cry and beg me for forgiveness, okay? And now, you're going to make 3 knots. 1, 2, and 3. And what are you going to do now? This is the moment that is going to look like this. You are going to take this and you're going to put all your energy into this. And you're going to repeat this 3 times. John Doe or Jane Doe. We're using Jane Doe. Jane Doe, you will come back to me crying, begging me for forgiveness. Jane Doe, you will come back to me crying, begging me for forgiveness. Jane Doe, you will come back to me crying and begging me for forgiveness. Okay? You're going to say it 3 times. So, Jane Doe, you will come, you can say whatever it is, but it has to be the same thing 3 times. So you can say, Jane Doe, you will come back to me crying, begging for forgiveness. Jane Doe, you will come back to me crying, begging me for forgiveness. Like that, okay? Jane Doe, you will be crying, begging me for forgiveness. Okay? 3 times. So you're going to be repeating that. Jane Doe, you will come back to me. Let's say it like this. Jane Doe, you will come back to me crying, begging me for forgiveness. Jane Doe, you will come back to me begging for forgiveness. Okay, whatever it is. But however you want to put it, okay? Whatever's easier for you. Jane Doe, you can come back to me begging me for forgiveness. Jane Doe, you come back to me. You will come back to me begging me for forgiveness. However you want to say it. But you have to repeat that same thing 3 times, okay? Jane Doe, you will come back to me begging me for forgiveness. Jane Doe, you will come back to me begging me for forgiveness. Jane Doe, you will come back to me begging me for forgiveness. Okay? Then you're going to take this. You're going to put it inside your bag. You're going to make 1 knot. Like so. And you're going to put this away. The second day, you're going to make sure you wear your gloves, okay? Put some gloves on. You're going to open it up the second day. You're going to carefully remove it out of the bag. You're going to place it back in your hands. And you're going to repeat it again. Jane Doe, you will come back to me begging me for forgiveness. Jane Doe, you will come back to me begging me for forgiveness. Jane Doe, you will come back to me begging me for forgiveness. Okay, whatever it is. And then after you do that 3 times, again, you put it back in the bag. You put this away somewhere where no one sees it, no one touches it, okay? You put it right back to where you had it at. And on the 3rd day, again, you will open up the bag and you're going to repeat this for 4 days, okay? After you do that on the last day that you take it out, you're going to do this 4 days, okay, straight. The next day, on the 5th day, you are going to take this and you are going to bury this. Where are you going to bury this? You're going to bury it in your front yard, backyard, in a park somewhere, but it needs to be buried in a plant inside your home if you want. It doesn't matter, but it needs to be buried. And I guarantee you, if you do it exactly how I show you, however you want to say it, Jane Doe or John Doe, let's just for an example, John Doe, you will come back to me begging me for forgiveness. Or you can say, John Doe, you will come back to me, or you can say, however you want to say it, okay? But you got to repeat that same thing 3 times. So, repent, cry and beg for forgiveness. You're going to come back, you're going to repent for everything you have done to me, and you're going to beg me for forgiveness. You can say that, okay? Whatever it is, whatever you feel in your gut feeling, that's what you're going to say, but you're going to say it 3 times the same thing. Try to write it down, okay? So, for an example, come back to me, begging me, or you could say crying. Come back to me, crying, begging me for forgiveness. Okay, so you write that down so you know that once you're doing it, you're looking at it and you're saying it, you know, when you're holding it. Jane Doe or John Doe, come back to me crying, begging me for forgiveness. Jane Doe, come back to me crying, begging me for forgiveness. Jane Doe, come back to me crying, begging for forgiveness. But you're going to, you know, you have it right there so you can see it. And as you're holding it, for an example, let me do it again. So let's say this is the last day. This is the 4th day. And you're going to open this up carefully. Okay. And you're going to have your little piece of paper right next to you. Okay, you're going to hold this like so. And you're going to repeat it. Jane Doe, come back to me, crying, begging me for forgiveness. Jane Doe, come back to me, crying, begging me for forgiveness. Jane Doe, come back to me, crying, begging me for forgiveness. Okay? And you're going to put this right back in the bag. The last day. You have to do this 4 times, okay? 4 nights. And you're going to simply put it back where you had it until the next day. The next day, you bury it. On the 5th day, you bury it. Okay? I hope you guys enjoy this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Those of you who are interested in any of my spells, you can reach me at magicalwitch777@gmail.com. That is magicalwitch777@gmail.com. Remember, guys, every time you will try, when you're going to take it out of the bag, make sure you use your gloves. Okay? Do not touch it with your hands. Because if you touch it with your hands, it will be you crying. Not that person. You will be the one. So don't touch it with your bare hands. Okay? All right, guys. Thank you for watching. And I will see you guys in the next video. Mwah. Bye-bye.